Do a little goal setup in Google Analytics here. The concept being that we want to create quality web users. We want to track quality web users to our website. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over here and pull out this menu. We're in the admin view, as you can see. We want to go over to the audience report to get a little reference for this website. When we go to audience overview, we want to look at essentially at least 3 months worth of data. So in this case, I'm looking at the last 4 months of data. And you can see that the average user spends 1.91 pages per session on the site, and also spends 1 minute and 19 seconds on the site per session. So if the average user spends that amount of time on the site, what we want to do is we want to track quality web users. So I like to think of it like if a user spends double each of these metrics, that they're a quality web user. And it's important to track those people, and I'll show you why. But first, we're going to set up each of these goals, and it's easy. So you go to Admin, and you go over to Goals under your view. Right now we only have one view, and it's the All Web Data view. Each view gives you 20 goals. I'm going to go to Goals, Add New Goal, and I'm going to name this one 4 or more minutes on site, because that is double the average. I'm going to do a destination goal, and I'm going to put greater than 4 minutes right here. You can also give it a value. So if you want to give it a value, monetary value, and say, hey, when a user spends 4 more minutes on the site, we know it's going to be worth something for us. In this case, we don't know that yet, so we're just going to save it, and it's going to start tracking that goal. Another goal is we're going to do 2.5 pages per session. Because that is double. So we're going to select pages or screens per session goal. We're going to do greater than 2.5, and we're going to save it. Now these goals are going to start tracking. Now a third goal we're going to set up, even though we don't know a destination URL of who's ordering the product, what we do know is that there is an order form. And we know the URL for the order form. It's /order.html. So what we can do is, even though we don't know if the user purchased the product or not, we can track who viewed the order form. And we're going to call this destination because it's going to go to a URL. So we're going to just put order.html in there. We're going to leave the value off and the funnel off on a destination goal. You can create a funnel if you want. It gives you a visualization of how the users got to that page. We're going to leave it off. And we're going to create the goal. So now we have these 3 goals. And the reason why this is extremely important to have is because when you're running Google AdWords campaigns, you can connect Google AdWords with Google Analytics on AdWords linking right here. And we have one linked account. When that is linked, you can run AdWords campaigns against the conversion. This means that AdWords will seek users that are likely to convert on the site against these goals versus just simply click on the site. So just to recap, we're now targeting in our AdWords campaigns users that are more likely to purchase the product because we know that they're spending double the amount of time on the site and double the amount of pages on the site. Also, we're tracking how many of these users are completing those goals so that when we go into our acquisition reports, which I'm going to show you right here, we can see we'll have data in here once these goals start tracking, so we can see paid search, referral traffic, social traffic, how well they are all contributing towards completing these goals. Okay, now in a previous video I showed you how to link AdWords with analytics so that we could track conversions, but also so that AdWords could run conversion optimized campaigns against the goals that you set up in Google Analytics. So now I'm going to show you how to import those goals from Analytics to AdWords now that you've set up that integration and linked those two accounts. So in the last video you linked the accounts, and now you're going to go into your AdWords account that has the same customer ID that shows in your Analytics account that it's linked to. You're going to click Tools and then Google Analytics. You're going to check all these goals. These goals will look familiar, right, because they're the same goals that we just created. We're going to click Import, and it's going to allow us to select if we want to include it, and we're going to keep all the settings the same in this case, and we're going to click Import Goals. We're not going to assign a value, and our goals have been imported. So now our AdWords campaigns will be conversion optimized.